What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. We got some rumors for it from Insider Gaming, great site, Tom Henderson's, kind of leaking insider site, and this kind of builds off of the idea, if you guys remember, back in the lore of Dragon Age Dreadwolf a while ago, is that this game was going to have heavy multiplayer components. If you remember, now you can believe that rumor or not, I think it's very likely that was the case. And then remember, EA kind of did that pivot, that shift, really quickly and really suddenly, maybe saving themselves, to be honest with you, and they changed. Remember the whole, narrative single-player games don't work, they don't sell, they're not profitable, and so we're going to do multiplayer. That was in that era, and the rumor was Dragon Age Dreadwolf, or Dragon Age 4 at the time, let's say, was going to have a lot of multiplayer components. And then there was the rumor, I think, from Jason Schreier, who talks about how they're away from it, right? They're going to actually go back and kind of ground it again. Well, the rumors for it now, not fantastic, and we'll read it, but to boil it down really quickly, seems like some of the multiplayer things are kind of still haunting them, like it's still around the game. Not great, but, not, I guess, the worst it could be. So the article starts with talking about, that there are also rumors, and that's actually from Jeff Grubb, that it would come out in late 2023. They say that that's an optimistic date, probably don't expect that. Sources who have knowledge of the game and its progress have said that the game still lacks features, completed character lines, and still contains the remnants of the game's past. There's like that, ghost idea, which abruptly changed direction in early 2021. And there's the Jason Schreier thing. It pivoted from its multiplayer to a single-player experience. Two sources have revealed that some of these multiplayer components are still sensed to some degree in the current build of the game, with one source saying the game felt a bit like Destiny, with a central hub where players could possibly regroup before heading into the next mission. The game's hub, though, will still play a vital role in Dreadwolf in its single-player format. It follows a similar gameplay loop to its predecessors, which will involve recruiting and growing your crew, whom you'll encounter by completing missions. Your recruited crew will populate your hub, where you can give them different pieces of equipment and mods as you progress throughout the game. It's understood that you'll be able to move from the hub to missions by passing through a mirrored portal. As for combat, one source who recently played the game suggested it was more akin to a hack and slash compared to past games, and the game's combat wheel is similar to that of Final Fantasy 15. As for your crew, it was said you currently can't control them and only select the ability they can cast in combat. As for when it's releasing, it's anyone's guess, but missing voice lines and placeholder text likely suggests it's a bit further back than the original rumor. No actual dates from sources were given, but it wouldn't be surprising if the game releases in 2024. So there you go. I mean, honestly, not great. Not horrible, I suppose, either, right? I guess working from the back going up. The release, I will say, when Jeff Grubb had always talked about the 2023 thing, it always sounded like that was the most optimistic thing, right? Not to dog on him, because I do think he's kind of been clear with that. It seems like that's what they would hope for, right? Maybe EA really wants it to come out, around, I believe, what Dragon Age Inquisition, I think that came out maybe early December, if I remember that right. So maybe they wanted that, let's say, for this game. But it seems like maybe first half of next year, right, would kind of be the more likely possibility. And then going up, the hack and slash thing, here's the tough thing. I don't mind hack and slash at all. I kind of like it. But yet again, when you're changing what Dragon Age is to that, I mean, I can see how that's going to upset people. The crew, right, not being able to control it, similar to Final Fantasy 15. Like, that's, that's something I think we're just going to have to see in real time, right, in order to kind of fully judge that. And then, of course, the Destiny thing, the online components. Honestly, I get it. Like, I get what they're trying to explain, Insider Gaming. The first example that comes to mind for me would be like Gotham Knights, where I think truly, taking a couple steps back, whether you like it or don't, you can sense the kind of game it was supposed to be. You can see the remnants of a live service game with the crafting materials and, the world, how crimes work, right? If you really look at that game, take a few steps back, you can say, for better or worse, you can see the ghosts of a live service component that was probably ripped straight out of that game as soon as Avengers came out, right? You could imagine. So I get that, and I don't think that's a good thing. And so for this, them talking to insiders who say, you can kind of sense it. I could imagine, right? You're playing Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and you can say, hey, these things just don't feel right. This feels like it's part of a different kind of Dragon Age game. And then you would actually be right? Because we know kind of the behind-the-scenes stuff. So hopefully they nail it. They got probably a year and a half to nail it. Of course, you really got to start showing it. That's the tough thing. Things that are missing and all that good stuff. You have to, I'd imagine, at some point over the next, let's say, 6 to 8 months. I wouldn't be surprised, Summer Game Fest or like a Gamescom thing. I think you show it. We've seen it before, but we've never seen it too in depth. Let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If I see anything else for Dragon Age, I'll be sure to cover it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.